Hey everyone, welcome back. So as I mentioned in the previous video, I thought it'd be good to introduce you guys to the FreeType font generator. Now this isn't necessarily specific to Scene2D. However, as this series has kind of turned into a full game tutorial revolving around the utilization of Scene2D, I feel like it'd be good to introduce it just because it'll make our game look a little bit more polished by being able to use our own fonts um, and being able to change them a little bit easier to manage in general. The FreeType font generator it's pretty nice and it's pretty straightforward. Um, and if you have any like deeper questions, I might have another video. However, from what LibGDX provides on their wiki, kind of gives you the whole flat out this is what it is explanation, and it's pretty easy to follow even for people who aren't used to working with glyphs and different kind of bitmap fonts and whatnot and true type fonts. So with that, the first thing I'd like to mention is I added a folder to our assets folder that can be found in the Android module, and that's going to be just under fonts. I've added two different kind of fonts. I checked out this Adequate font and I personally didn't really like it, so I believe I'm just going to stick with this Archon font. And if anyone wants it, it's on a freely available website. I could even just post a link to maybe like a Dropbox link or a Google Drive link for you guys. Or just a link to the file in general from the website I found. However, there's tons of websites out there with free true type fonts, so feel free to browse around and check out what's available for you so you don't have to go around creating your own. There's a lot of pretty cool retro ones that I like to use for my pixel games. So with that, the first thing we want to do is start changing the way this font is going to be loaded. So I'm just going to have a method that's going to be right above that, and it's going to be called initFonts, and we haven't created it yet, so let's go down here, and that's going to be private void initFonts. And just in here, I think I'm just going to get rid of that real quick so I don't forget about it. And the first thing you want to do is get your FreeType, oh gosh, it's such a long name, FreeType font generator, and just call that generator equals new FreeType font generator. And in the first parameter, it takes in a file. So that's going to be your font file and where that's located. And for me personally, right now, that is in GDX files internal, and the path to that is under fonts, and it's archon.ttf, and that stands for true type font. I'm sure you guys probably assume that. So that's where we're starting with our generator, and with the FreeType font generator, you kind of tell it what font it's going to be working with, and then from there you create parameters of how the font is going to be styled, what size it is, what color it is, and you can make a whole bunch of different fonts using the parameters, and just the generator will take in those parameters or settings and build the font for you and turn them into a bitmap font that you can use throughout your game. So keep in mind that the bitmap font is also going to be used in our Scene2D text buttons that we're going to be using, and just generally like any kind of Scene2D UI element that we'll be using. And I will start getting into learning how to skin your Scene2D button widgets and whatnot. That will be a little bit longer of a video, but anyways, let's move back to getting this parameter or the true type font settings parameter object set up. So that's going to be free type font, and it's free type font generator, I believe, dot free type font parameter, and then you can just call those params equals new free type font parameter, and it'll just kind of autocomplete there. Yeah, that one's pretty long. A little bit of an annoyance to type all that out. However, once you got that set up, then you can start customizing how you want your font to look. So params dot we're going to set the size to, I'd say 24 would be a good one. and that's just an int, by the way. And then we're also going to set the color to just be black like we had before, and that's just going to be color dot black. All right, there we go. And so one thing I like to do personally is just annotate all your bitmap font objects with the respective size that they're going to be having, and also don't forget in your dispose, you still have to dispose them. They are bitmap fonts, and they do take resources. Um, Once you've set all the parameters you want for the text, notice there are a lot of cool things you can do. You can change, you can have in your own shadow offset. You can set the shadow color. You can flip them. It's pretty great. Like I said, I'm a pretty big fan of the FreeType font generator. So once you've done that, all you have to do is set font 24 because we did size it to 24, and then equals generator dot generate font, and then pass it the parameters, which is the settings that we gave it. So that's all you really have to do to get that first font going. And now we can use this different font pretty easily, and if we want to make more fonts, I'll show you that in just a second, because I think there is one other sized font that I want to use in our game. But first thing we have to do is to make sure we changed all the names to match the different font that we're using now, because it has a different name throughout all our screens. And I believe in our main menu screen, do we use it? Yeah, we do. Okay. And that should be the last one. So with that, let's run it real quick and see that font in action. And it's going to be kind of nice to see something new. Yeah, that's, in my opinion, a lot better. It's a lot flatter. None of that fancy shadow text. So that's all we really wanted to accomplish in this video. So I hope you enjoyed this little short tutorial and introduction to FreeType font generator. It's just personally nice to have your own touch of what the text looks like in your game. So with that, hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.